As the war in Ukraine continues, people in Portland and around the world continue to try to lend a hand where they can.
Yeah, on Tuesday, Portland Medical Team's president and CEO, Martha Newsome, arrived at the Moldova-Ukraine border to help refugees. Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar shares her experience so far.
Martha Newsome has spent the past 30 years helping people around the world, and now her time is needed helping Ukraine refugees in Moldova. 407,000 refugees have fled to Moldova. That's about 15% of Moldova's population. Martha has a small team covering 3 to 5 refugee centers.
They are not used to dealing with just the level of grief and trauma that they're seeing. We're also training them in first aid in case we start to see some trauma. Victims come across the border. If Odessa gets bombed, there's scenario planning happening to be able to care for the wounded.
89% of the refugees Martha sees are women and children. She met a nurse, a single mother with 2 kids, and her 71-year-old mother.
After asked her a question, and her eyes were just filled with tears. Asked her, was she able to bring any photographs? And she's like, well, just what I had on my phone, because really didn't have a chance to really pack, just grabbed what she could and headed out. And now as a single mother trying to figure out what to do next.
But others are encountering a policy you'd hope you'd never have to face.
Some of the men are able to leave. The policy is if it's less than 3, they have to stay behind and help fight. But if they've got 3 children, they're able to come across the border with their families.
The spread of COVID among refugees is a concern, but so is the common cold. Medical Teams International has been able to ship 7 tons worth of medical supplies, along with medicine, to last about a month.
Right, they might have a flu. These kids are in close quarters, and so diarrhea outbreaks are going around, novavirus, flus. Some of them are just traumatized, so they're having some physical symptoms. The older folks have high blood pressure, may have some, long-term illnesses and need to have their prescriptions refilled.
But some may need more help than others.
Elderly, they don't have passports. They may not have the resources or even plans to get across the border. So we are hoping to be able to support some of the cities that have received, many, many displaced people and that are staying on the west of the country.
Paulina Aguilar, Fox 12, Oregon.